is a government agency, parastatal, that offers credit at affordable interest and builds capacity to organizations that get renewable workers. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Margaret Nankanjesuna. I represent Prudential, and we offer protection, investment to homes, to individuals. Yeah, and that is why we are here.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Florence Nampera. I work here at Gudie Leisure Farm as Chief Finance Officer. But what I do in the bigger part of the world every day is financial advisory. It is what I do that God should pay me when I go to heaven.
My name is Hope Jemima Kasimbazi. I've been working at the private sector foundation in Uganda, spearheading gender equality, promoting women in business, and doing outreach and partnerships. I'm also the Chief Executive Officer of Women in Self-Employment that looks at the advancement of women. Most of them who are informal, we are looking at and holding them so that they graduate to formal sector. I'm also a CEO of Pivot Hospitality Services that runs hospitality boutiques at Fairway Hotel and Hotel Africana. I'm also a fashion designer. I have a fashion house at Hotel Africana opposite the swimming pool. If you come, we can design you and you look 10 years younger than your age. Thank you.
My name is Joshua Mawere, and I am the chairperson of Kasita Youth League, and I'm standing in today for my CEO, Abel, who wasn't able to be here today. Our role as Kasita is to mobilize traders towards the common good and be able to advocate for the good of trade in this country. And we've stood by that since 2001, and I will continue to do that to date. Thank you so much.
So my name is Bridget Nambos Sumba. I am a mother. I am a child of God, and what I do for a living is law. I love how the law interacts with business. So I know most people, when they hear about lawyers, they mostly have horror stories. But I'm hoping that that will not be your story. We use the law to support businesses. How? Just like Professor has just told us about corporate governance, we use the law to show you how you can actually do corporate governance. How can you do your bookkeeping in accordance with the law? And we do that at CM Uganda. And we also help you with compliance. We are passionate about SMEs and business succession, compliance, and trying to help and walk the journey with someone who just started their business to make money, but now needs to bid, they need to be compliant. We walk the journey with you in a simplified way. So that is what I do, and that's what I'm passionate about.
My name is Angela Bagene. I serve in many capacities. I'm a managing director, owner of 3 companies. 4 actually. One is Africa Customer Service Agency, which looks at service and everything front office. I also am the founder of Smart Consultancy, where we do strategic planning, sustainability planning, and restructuring of companies. I recently opened a new online company called Guest Insights, where I do online mentorship training, and I actually give guidance and consultancy services online. I also have a paper cup making company called Asta Paper that makes paper cups for all occasions. And I'm a director in Forest Resort Kasenge in Malala. So I'm an entrepreneur through and through, but a lot of the work I do is centered with helping people. I'm a life coach. I'm also certified as a neuro-linguistic programmer, where I help people reframe their lives. And yeah, I'm an emotional intelligence coach as well. Thank you.
My name is Mighty Naireba Samba. I'm a business banker at VFC Bank, the bank that has stood a test of time, as we shall be celebrating 60 years this year. And our purpose is to transform lives and businesses in Uganda. We are so much interested in women in business, so it's really a pleasure for us to be on this forum.
Organized women groups and cooperatives are able to access credit from the Microfinance Support Center at 8% per annum. That is quite cheap and affordable. But also, we extend that credit that you are able to pay back. We will not give you a credit finance that will affect your terms of payment. So we are able to give you money that you are able to pay back with ease, but also at subsidized interest rate. We have financed women groups and cooperatives across the country. For example, in Greater Kampala, to a tune of about 1.4 billion shillings. Now, this money has been lent to the groups that organize and led by women, the Twitter Lina, Biafe, Rogwegase. Some people call them Nigina, but also we have the village banks, which we call the circles. So we're able to extend credit to these cooperatives, and a woman with a small business is able to acquire money even when you don't have security. For example, for the groups, if you have mobilized as women and you have a group, you don't need security. We shall extend to you credit between 5 million to 50 million based on personal or group guarantee. You women you guarantee yourselves, we extend this credit to you for a period of maybe 1 year or 2, based on your business enterprise or your group cycle. The other thing is, women have projects. So if you have a project, maybe poultry, any form of project, tailoring, skilling, we are able to extend tools, what we call common user tools, and they are shared among that skilling firm or skilling enterprise. I will add on later, but I can extend to my colleagues to add on.
I'm Margaret from Prudential, and I cannot speak of Prudential and leave women out of this, because women are mothers, and women are not mothers to only children, but I can also say children are mothers to even money. women can make money grow. And relating this to insurance, especially life insurance that we offer at Prudential, promotes savings. And when you talk about savings, this is what can explain a woman. I've seen so many women save little monies that are able to grow into very big enterprises. So that is why ladies here and women here need insurance, because it is the safest way to save our money and also grow this money. But also there are other factors like benefits that come along. For example, I talked about protection, we offer protection. And when I talk about protection, I mean we protect against risk of losing a loved one, risk of maybe getting a permanent disability. We offer that protection. But also, we do protect family lifestyle. What do I mean by this? In most cases, women are affected by maybe loss of their husbands. But then if one had a policy with insurance, their lifestyle is protected because they have benefits that they will get after, and they will not need to go back to maybe their old life, but their lifestyle will continue. But also, we sell a peace of mind. With our policies, women can achieve this how? If I know I have children, I can save for them. If I know I have a financial target, I can save for that. So in this, I get a peace of mind, because at the end of the day, my children will go to school, I will achieve my financial goals, and definitely I will have a peace of mind. So I cannot talk about insurance and I leave out a woman.
I like to say that all that was said the whole day is very important, but what we bring to women is number one, to have financial discipline, not for themselves as individuals alone, but for their businesses. Going from what we have heard from the corporate governments, from the prominent business people, yes, you have passed all the formalities, and now your business is known. But how do you actually strengthen it by having its finances kept in a very disciplined way? Open for your business account. So many businesses are open, but when you go to some of our offices, somebody has a registered business but has never gone for a simple recommendation from URSB to open a bank account. Then when it's time to transact with Gudie Leisure Farm or another formal organization, the woman is saying, let me beat you a whisper. Please, can you then channel the money through my brother's account? Or no. If the business is a legal person, like the professor just told us, if it is going to transact business, then it must transparently be transacting it all the way. If it wins a tender, yes, it was registered and won it. Let the money also be going to a bank account in its name as a business. As women, we also need to deploy our money wisely. Yes, we have earned, we save, we invest, but let us deploy our money. You know, you can be a business person, but at the same time not progress. You remain the businesswoman who has had your business for 10 years plus, but all the time you're broke because you're not setting progressive rules for your business. Some of the things that must happen to you as a woman, both as an individual and as a business of a woman, you know when to do what. If you're still a very young business, maybe you're deploying all your money and you're keeping it very active. You're earning from active income. You have all the energy. As you progress, you need to start apportioning your money to have some of it invested in such a way that it is earning for you passively. These principles are both for the individual woman and for the business. Know when to take your money to treasury bills instead of keeping 300 million, 1 billion on a bank account. Take it to maybe treasury bills directly in your names and then earn a little more interest. If the money you have is maybe you need it a little, you will have it for a little longer. Take some of it to a unit trust so that it is able to earn for you daily. Go open up a unit trust account. Go have an insurance policy. As a businesswoman, you continue while enlightening yourself. Do not have cars, different important assets that are not insured. This is all financial planning. So, from the financial literacy view, we teach you not to live life to chance. The financial life shouldn't be lived to chance, but be fully planned. Because you should be able to enjoy your money that you accumulated yesterday. So many things can be said, but most importantly, see yourself progress. And how will you progress? There are rules that you will have to follow. Have portions of your money. Do not go for loans that are over 40% of your assets. Keep everything in balance. Most importantly, keep learning. Thank you very much.
At Private Sector Foundation in Ghana, we are more interested in women. And private sector as an institution that is the apex body for the private sector is a gender-sensitive institution. And because of that, it has partnered with UNDP promote a program called Gender Equality Skill Certification Program, which looks at issues that affect staff at the workplace, and mostly women. Women are more affected. Why? Because most of them have double work. What do I mean by that? They are mothers at home, they are wives, they take care of the home, at the same time they have to go work so that they support their families. Because of that, it's hard for a woman to compete with a man who is always working from Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. When a woman is pregnant, she has to take some days off to go and breastfeed and do many things. So we are interesting private companies to make sure that they make the workplace very conducive for parenting, mothers, and those who are pregnant. And we have managed to get companies to set up child care centers. For example, Standard Bank, I would like to commend them for having set up a child care center for market women at Gawa landing site, and many other organizations. And we have also convinced the management of companies to put family-friendly policies in their human resource, so that if a woman is breastfeeding, she's given time to go and breastfeed or facilitated to do that. And at the same time, you find management might be having bias that it's not good to hire a woman, they prefer men, but to have made sure that there should be a balance of scale, especially in the pay gaps. At times you find men are paid more money than women, but why? Yet they are doing the same work. So we are emphasizing that there should be some regulations that should be followed when it comes to payment of salaries, when it comes to promotions, when it comes to allocating opportunities. Like we interest companies to ensure that they involve women in the decision making. We encourage women not to be shy, but compete with men in non-traditional jobs. And we also encourage companies to avoid using sexist language that is used to disrespect women, and at the same time, to say no to violence at the workplace or sexual harassment. Thank you.
First, I want to take the opportunity to congratulate the women and thank you so much for the strides you made in business. It's not been a simple journey, but the women today, statistics from Casita show that 45% of the businesses under Casita are run by women. And for us, that's great progress, and it speaks a lot on the entire journey women have taken to make sure that they are able to be economically empowered. But secondly, Casita has a responsibility to advocate, lobby, and also put in place, work with the responsible officers to make sure that we have better trade policies that allow women and men to work. And this is something that Casita has consistently worked on, and I think we are achieving more results. Because when you go downtown now, a number of arcades are being constructed and put up by the women. One of them was here. We've seen, after COVID, we've seen that the businesses that were owned by women were actually more resilient after COVID than those that were being run by men. We also seeing a lot of improvements. There is a transition that is going on in Casita. Our members, the older generation is passing on businesses to the young generation. And businesses that are being passed on to ladies are being more resilient, innovative, and progressive than businesses that are being handed over to the boys. And this speaks a lot of volumes on what Casita is doing in creating an environment that enables women to work better, be safe in their kids. We have a safety policy for women in their kids, and we've also made sure that some of the things we advocate for, we have consideration that in other workplaces we have women who are becoming pregnant, we have women who are carrying children to the workplaces, and so we continuously agitating for better language, better behavior, better work ethics to make sure that the women can fit comfortably. On the national scene, Casita is really pushing the SDGs. All those SDGs are empower women. We consistently speak about them. We consistently interacting with government to make sure that these SDGs are achieved. We have discussions with the National Planning Authority to make sure that for everything they are planning for, the women are putting in consideration in trade. And we've also discussed at the international level with the African Trade Continental Trade Area. We're working on digital utilization and inclusion of women. And all these are things we sit in and discuss, but with the bottom line that the woman must be at the forefront of these changes, and also their voice is heard. Lastly, what I want to talk about that Casita is doing, because most of you know our work. In the previous years, Casita has been known for striking over trade issues. We've been known to be very aggressive on policy changes and tax regimes that come up. But of late, you realize that we're not taking that direction. We have a direction of addressing policy needs and also influencing policy to fit into trade promotions and also the trade activities for both women and men. And why do we do that? Because we no longer see ourselves putting the women at the forefront of strikes. We no longer see women on the street to go and fight because of a trade policy, because of a tax regime, and they are tear gassed and bundled around and thrown in many very unworthy places. We are taking a very responsible approach on redress and also policy formulation. Thank you so much.
So at CM Advocates Uganda, what do we do? Together with some partners, we gather women and the youth, especially, and train. I'm a Christian, so I'll use my Bible as a reference as well. So Isaiah 61 says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come." Once you empower a woman with knowledge, then they cannot be taken advantage of. Once you empower a woman with mechanisms through which she can do her business, then she will know how to map her journey. What do I mean? The law talks about different things. And when you get into the law, it is so complex. So you find things like the Partnership Act, the Business Registrations Act, the Companies Act. And for God's sake, all the woman wants to do is sell and make some money. So she may not even know what she has. So that in itself limits how far this woman can go. But if we go down and explain to you that under the law there are different vehicles. For example, if you are baking daddies and you just want to sell your daddies to a school, it's important to have a brand. What does that mean? You can call your daddies Mommy's Best. But then that is not enough. We encourage you to register it and have a certificate of registration of your business name and stop there. But we also explain to you what that means legally. So then we plan and say, okay, if I want to do this with friends, then what do I have? Then we tell you that's a partnership. What are the implications? Should you do it with friends? What are the risks? Then we also tell you about companies. What does it even mean to have a company? Apart from just registering it and hearing people say, take a company, what does it mean for you as a person, as a business? So we get down to the detail. It's a full day's workshop where we help you understand. There is that animal Professor Matova has talked about called corporate governance. Yes, it's a parent and it can be an animal. I know that when people hear corporate governance, they switch off. They wait for the next topic. And yet it's inevitable. And for me, I like to put it simply. Corporate governance is how you direct your business to be managed. So, and we have things like external direction and internal direction. What do I mean? So we take you through what the internal directions are, like your policies, your HR manual. When people come to work with you, what should they expect? That is corporate governance. It's part of transparency. It's part of honesty. It's part of accountability. So when you tell me as an employee I should come at 8, so if I come at 9, I should be able to tell you why. There are expectations. So corporate governance, although most people have understood it to just mean board, it simply means the values as we've been taught. The other thing is the external. Are you registered for taxes? Are you compliant? Because we all want to make money, but there's only so much you can make if you do not comply with these things. And trust me, if you don't do it at the start, it will be very difficult in future, but it's still not impossible. So we take you through the entire ecosystem of how you can work with the law to ensure that your business is successful. We also talk about succession planning. You started your business to make some money, but what's the plan? When you're not there, who's going to look after that business? So we give you some of the mechanisms under the law, and those would include what Professor Matoko talked about, your board of directors, are they servant leaders, or are they sucking everything out of your business? So at CM, we are passionate about SMEs, and we developed some templates we can share with you, one-pagers. They tell you the contract, you're like, these lawyers, I don't even understand what they're saying. But we simplify and tell you that whatever you agreed, the law will uphold. Just make sure you've documented that I am going to do this, I am going to lend money to my business. When that business makes money, it shall pay me back with or without profit. So that we teach you not to sneak money into that business and then you sneak it out. Like Professor has said, your business is different from you. So those are the things we enjoy doing, simplifying the law, making it enjoyable, and making it applicable to our SMEs and businesses, especially for the women and the youth.
I think today I'll touch a little bit on a different side of marketing, because there are so many topics to speak on when it comes to how to get our businesses known, branded, sold, and it all starts with the individual. But let's look at the side of the consumer behavior and how they impact on our businesses. Now, consumer behavior is the reason why we have to market. Consumers, customers are the ones who pull us in the direction they want us to go. And there are many reasons that this happens. The first thing you need to look at are the social factors, which include sometimes the reference groups you have, your membership groups, your aspirational groups, or your opinion leaders. If you want to market, you have to know that category you fall in. If people are more inspirational or spiritual, they'll gravitate to buying from people who are spiritual, religious, or in a similar scale group. They'll not go and buy from somebody else. If it's a reference group and say, Professor Gudie tells me you go to this one and I believe in her referral, I'll buy. And that word is strong enough to keep or take away your market. Then there's the aspirational groups. I think when Gudie was speaking earlier and was telling us how to make and keep money, there were many people in the crowd who wish they could have been her, right? So aspirational groups encourage people to be like them. I aspire to be like you, so I'll go to the places you go to, I'll eat the things you eat. Whatever you say you do is what I'll do. And therefore, the marketing of what I purchase is now based on who I aspire to be. And then the opinion leaders. Of course, people think influencers are young, but that's not true. Influencers have always been there. It's just that the alpha generation and generations Z have given it a name. But we were always influencing people before, centuries before. Opinion leaders, they put context to a product. Now, if you get opinion leaders who have a bad reputation, you're driving away the consumer. And yet, some of us don't think about it that way. So you find, let me use a bank that's here. I was once a banker, DFCU. Let's say DFCU decides to affiliate with a specific politician and a specific musician. But the public is not too happy with the two. But because for you feel they have a large gathering or crowd, you decide on your event you're going with this particular musician. You're driving away the market if that person has an act in the past which the society doesn't like. And that small deed will chase away clients. They'll never come to you. Because at one point you dealt with someone they don't like. So consumer behavior is very, very, very important. We also have other influences. For example, family. Our family of orientation and our family of procreation. I think we all know that our own families will not buy from us. Have you experienced that?
Oh, yes.
The last people to purchase from you will be your family members. For some reason, they think your products or services are substandard. And it's almost a rivalry, a desire for you not to be better than them, right? But they are quick to want to get free things from you, right? So when you look at your market, most of you try to market to your family members first. You're making a mistake. That is not your target market. In fact, they will detract on your business. When we were being told, keep quiet about your business, keep quiet about your business within your family. Go and look for your target market elsewhere, start from there, they will be able to hear about it when it has grown. Otherwise, their snide remarks will discourage you and you will end up, feeling embarrassed about your own business. Then let's look at the family of orientation. We all get into groups of friends, what we call our soul tribe, or our friends, group that we've been together from school and so on. If you get friends who have similar traits to your siblings, your product will never sell and to collapse. The main thing about marketing is to grow your business, not stagnate or close your business. So you need to be careful when you're doing family of orientation and family of procreation. If you can, try to start your marketing from neutral ground, coming inwards, as opposed to going to the ones you know, going outward. Because then you will have a genuine market. Of course, there are many other consumer behaviors that we look at. And personal branding comes in at this point, based on how you want your product to look. But before I go to product, let's look at role and status. Your activities, what you do, how you perform, or carry yourself in society, and your standing in society are important. And in marketing, this is where fake it till you make it worse. If you want to sell a product at a high price, never go in thinking that overpriced my product. Every price you set has a category of people willing and ready to buy. I can have because I sell content, I do training, and I sell corporate governance material for women. I have a product called Women in the Boardroom. My fee is $490 for a 1-week course. And someone will tell me that's almost 2 million shillings. And I say, yes, that's the value of my course. And I have clients. There's a category of clients who will not come to you if you underprice. So you have to know your product and how to price it. Ugandans have a terrible habit of undercutting, Sariyako. This has to stop. When people come to me, I tell them I don't negotiate. By the time I've set the price, I know the value I have brought to you. Now, if I cut my price, I will not be fully invested in giving you that service because you have cut me short. I have a whole topic called the universal laws in use. And there's a law of fair exchange. In marketing, there is a law of fair exchange. I'm giving you this, and you're giving this back to me. When we give people free things or we undercut them on price, those things, when they get home, are the first things they throw in the store. I think I've got products that you were so excited to buy, but after you bought it, you don't touch it. It's no longer of value to you. It's the same thing with free things. Someone gives you a free t-shirt, and then you get home and you totally forget about it, right? And that's why free things are dangerous when we are playing the marketing game. Free things are not going to get you a long-lasting relationship with the consumer. Now, look at your standing in society as well. If your standing in society is a nobody, you better find somebodies to emulate and hang around with. Because people market in their circles. So if you want to market, for example, you want to market your legal practice or corporate governance, you're going to have to go to places where they hang out. Join the Institute of Corporate Governance, go to the church that they go to meetings like Rotary where they'll ask you to give a talk. That's appropriate. But you're not going to go to come watch a slam and hope that you're going to get your market there for corporate governance. They've never even heard of that. But if Hope here has wise and she has money for community development, she takes that to Kamosha, the community. And there it's at that level because that's where it's required. So, initially, I have many hobbies. I make candles, I knit, I have painted and sold my paintings. But I recall for my, there were cartoon paintings, Spider-Man and so on. The first time I had about maybe 30, 40 paintings, I went to a bazaar at National Theatre to sell. It was a 3-day Marimba festival. And because it's a hobby, it's not a long-term thing, I was in the right place. But at that point, I was in the wrong place because everybody at that point is selling art. It seems like the right place to market. But it's not, because there's so much, the variety, that people will hardly give attention to what you want. Then I learned that instead of selling there, go to parties, kids' parties, because that's where my market is. The mothers and the children. So you have to rethink how you want to market your product. Don't go the ordinary route and think that you will have a market. Find the people who need the features and benefits of your product. When we look at personal factors, look at things like age and the stage in life. If we are looking at this event, you're not expecting 18, 19, 20-year-olds to come, right? You're going to expect people who are 35 years and above. For those of you who are young, I'm glad you're here. But you must know the customer persona. Profile your customer. You may be selling to the wrong age group. It's like going to sell, what's the latest car model? I don't know cars very well, but let's imagine you have the latest 2021, 2022 model, and you want to sell it to a 20-year-old. They can't afford it. So why are you going to the wrong market? They may like it, but they can't afford it. Now, you want the Tesla, are you going to go to a 60-year-old? They will have the money, but they may not have the need for that fashion. So you have to then come in between. Who has money and also will look for the right a car that makes them feel good. So marketing is not complicated, but it takes some thought. And you have to put that thought in. What occupation does this person have? Where is their education level? Are you coming with too much Luzungu? I once had to go downtown to make a sale when I was still in Santa. And I had to dress down because much as the traders have a lot of money, they're in overalls. The man is doing wholesale. So how do I wear heels and a suit? I have to dress down and go at the level at which I'm finding them not intimidating, casual, but able to speak with knowledge. Right? And then, when we're marketing, look at personality. This person doesn't like you, you're a sugar. Doesn't like you, you had comments, they know they're tribalistic. Then you take yourself there, find the right person, whom that person wants to get a Uganda, get a Uganda sales agent to go. Do you get it? Some people have biases, and that bias will chase you away. Now another thing you need to look at is the lifestyle and values. Don't try and sell the moon to someone who is into nature, right? The man likes plain food. You're selling to him spices. This person has a health condition. You're taking to them something that worsens their health, right? It's a thought process. So I can talk about this subject for long, but I hope you picked a thing or two. Thank you.
At DFC Bank, we have a program called Women in Business. This was designed specifically for us business, as Mr. Matov shared. If you wholesomely own a business as a woman, or if shareholding is at least 50% and above, etc. We take so much interest with passion to let you have access to finance. And this is what we offer. We are saying, if you are a woman and you're active in business, we already heard from legal team, we advise that you have it registered, make sure your KCCN knows you and all that, and then we shall give you a subsidized rate. As a bank, we give loans to other entities, other salaried people, other business people at another rate. But when you come to us and you're a woman in business, it is subsidized. You will be overwhelmed at how much you can save by accessing our women in business loan. We call it WIP. How much support you will get. And among our offering, we are saying, if you are a trader, you have a retail shop, or you need, like he said, you're a fashion designer like the one we have on the panel, we have a product, we can call it business growth loan, we have overdrafts. All we need is that you have been banking. You don't have to have been banking in DFC Bank. Even if you're new, we have met some customers here. You've just opened the account. We shall use the banking history, what you have from another bank, and we shall support you. We want to grow with you. Thank you for that round of applause. And then we are also giving you mobile loans. Sometimes, as women, there are those small businesses we start, and we also have businesses who are already advanced, like another Dr. and Mrs. Gudie said. So we also look at as we are just starting as women. We are giving you mobile loans. These days we are going digital. If you have your phone, you already have an account with DFC Bank. We are saying you can easily go to your DFCU Quick app and get your loan as up to 2 million. Quick loan to have you stock. You've not talked to anybody, you are in your shop, you are in your tailoring place, you are in your room. Some people have businesses at home. I have a customer who does bakery. I was amazed when I visited them. It is just a bakery at home, but guess what? The turnover is over 100 million. So you can also grow your business at home, and we are saying you can access these small loans at the comfort of your home. And also, if you're participating in sales supplies, we have contract finance, we have invoice discounting, we have LPO financing. How does this work? How are we helping you? If you get an LPO, what we call local purchase order, or you have signed a contract with another company, and you don't have working capital at a time, we are saying, come to DFC Bank. We shall give you the working capital, you supply, deliver, and then when they pay you, we shall take what is ours, and you remain with your profits for business continuity. Isn't that nice, women in business? And then as I finish, moderator, I don't know how much time we have, but let me just finalize on access to finance, because I'm sure you know that we have a lot of offering for women in business. We also give our turnaround time. We are saying if you come to us, because we've had complaints where women come to access loans and you actually get frustrated. You take forever. This has changed. We are giving you a turnaround time of 24 hours. We are able to give you a decision, and you know if you can promise your suppliers that you will deliver this time or not. So please come and be supported. And while you're in the process of winning contracts, we want to work with you. When you're bidding, we offer bid securities, we offer performance guarantees, we offer advanced performance guarantees, and please note that bid securities, the trade finance I talked about for suppliers in terms of contract finance, invoice discounting, LPO financing. I have now told you about guarantees, mobile loans, overdrafts. All these are unsecured. So if you're a woman, you've been in business for at least 2 years, you haven't bought big chunks of land to have collateral security, we support you. And also, if you have advanced and you're already in position to give us collateral security so that you can access as much as you can to billion shillings, we also accept secured. And also, we need to let you know that we give you unsecured. It is very important for our women in business. And we are encouraging you. Every year, we have an initiative called Rising Women Initiative. We have got women winners, and what we do, we offer you regional trainings, study trips, proposal writing competitions. So when we call upon you, we are going to have our season 7 this year. When we advertise, we send you messages, we send you emails. Please participate. It is such an interesting journey. We give you a benchmark for networking. These trips you go in other countries, say Kenya, etc., you're able to associate with other women in business, and we learn from each other. We have seen it work, and it had grown so many businesses. So please, when we advertise, come and join us. You will not be disappointed. Neither will you remain on the same level as a businesswoman. When I get another chance, I will tell you what accounts you can have. And thank you so much, moderator. Let me stop here for now.
Sometimes it's difficult to honor someone that you know around you, like Angela said, with family. But Professor Gudie is doing an amazing job, much better than many politicians or members of parliament, because if 50,000 women can be trained and equipped to stand on their own, that's amazing. So join me in celebrating Gudie Leisure Farm and all that support her. And we appreciate you. Please accept this gift hamper.
And dance with the women. Please dance with the women.
Mama wange nasabandera